What's going on YouTube? It's your boy LaShawn, back again with my dad, aka J.A.T. He got a couple things he'd like to discuss today, so we're just gonna get straight into it.
What's up, YouTube? I just thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and tuning in with us. I just really appreciate all the support. Today we're gonna really hit the first part of the hustle series we're gonna be on, and we're gonna talk about a few things that really make a hustler. What makes you good at doing what you do? And I think the first thing that comes to mind that I think of, that I have to first and foremost give a big shout out to the people that gave me the ability to be as resourceful as I have become, and that's my mother, my stepmom, and my auntie. I think coming up around so many women and just watching the resourcefulness that they were able to bring to any situation, whether it was coming up with just a few more dollars to get groceries, coming up with rent, just making up your mind and coming up and saying this is what I'm gonna do, and just going out there and doing it. I definitely got that from just a lot of black strong women in my life personally. Just gave me a first-hand hands-on experience is this how it's done. And so definitely taking that mindset and that skill set and fathering those is definitely something that is the first building block, I think, of any hustler that's worth anything. The resourcefulness has to be there, because you have to have the ability to just have a unique way to overcome obstacles in a clever way and still be able to demand some type of rate while doing this. I think that's...
I like to butt in right
ahead,
there. Cause I remember a couple times when we was like low on rent and it was almost time for the rent to be paid. Mm-hmm. We didn't have the exact amount, and then Mama said she'll be right back, and she said she gotta go make a quick hustle. We didn't know what the quick hustle was, but she just came back with the rent and some more. So
that's the mindset. That's a strong.
She taught us to, no matter what, be independent, because everybody's not gonna be there for you. Like, you can't just call on anybody, because anybody not gonna help you. So you gotta depend on yourself, and that's exactly what she did. Cause she went out like for 2 hours, and she came back with the rent and some more. And
that kind of leads us to the next thing. Initiative. What type of initiative? What type of ability do you have to start things independently of anybody else, their thoughts, their actions, whatever? All you need is yourself and what you plan to do. How good at starting the initiative, whether it's initiating a conversation that's going to further your interests, whether it's initiating this application that's going to at least get you a check every week. You feel me? That's the hustle, though. That's part of the hustle.
Make good friends.
Make good friends. Everything, it starts with the resourcefulness, and then you got to initiate. You got to initiate a lot of these conversations, a lot of these face-to-face contacts. Like, it's not just something that you can say, okay, I take a little bit of the resourcefulness and I initiate the right type of conversations with some of these good type of people that I know that's gonna put me in a good situation. It just don't all flow like that. You gotta have the swag, it's gotta be the personality, you gotta have the right lingo. You gotta know how to talk money. It's just so much you gotta really know how to do. Because I remember my first time meeting a real true millionaire, independently of anything my parents or have done, and just on my own, meeting the guy and just realizing how much money the man was really pulling in, and just the conversation and just the different aspects of the conversation and where it went, and just also the dude being real enough to be down to earth to just kind of help me with a lot of things that I needed to just freshen up my stuff on. Because I was really just trying to be where he was, still trying to be where he was. And it was just so much that I had to learn. But I initiated that, you know what I mean? I initiated it, the conversation, the contact, everything to put myself there. And so that's another thing, how are you initiating these tough goals, how are you initiating tough conversations, how are you initiating accountability for yourself, because you have to do all of these things to stay relevant and to stay productive and to keep the hustle moving. Another thing that I have a point on is enterprising. Having or showing the ability to initiate gainful conversations, gainful whatever you're doing, you finding a way to get $1 out of it. That all really ties in, in aggressiveness. Are you willing to take on the hard whatever sale, the hard, confrontation, conversation that might get you that next sale, that might get you that next lead, that's gonna get you to where you need to be, as far as somebody just gonna help you push that loan through, or somebody that's gonna put you in contact with your next representative that's gonna give you, X amount of, whatever. But the thing of it is, no matter what scenario that you put yourself in, you have to initiate this contact or this whatever it is to get your goal to rolling. It's like being a hustler, it ain't no real set path to it. I could tell you, you just wake up one day and just decide, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll tell you a story. Before I started trucking, I was in construction heavy, and one day I just woke up and I knew how to drive, but I wasn't really doing nothing else. And I said, I'm finna own my own business, a trucking company. And boy, if you would have seen the people that laughed at me, I was so mad because they laughed at me in my face, and I was like, I had the ability, I knew I had the skill set to own something, and, and do all of that, but just to have people that I thought were my close friends laugh at my initial dream, so to say. It didn't really propel me to go hard at this or anything like that, but it just let me know who was really, my supporters and who wasn't at that time. But stuff like that really mentally steels you for the course to come, and really, more than anything, being a hustler is just a mindset. Just saying that not only am I going to do whatever it is that my goal is, but having the gall, the ball to get up and do it. Because some of this takes balls. It's hard to really get up and film yourself day in and day out, and people might leave you nasty comments, or you don't get the views you want. And so it's just having the resiliency to keep going day in and day out. And I think just being raised around women to that regard, really does a significant amount of illustrating resourcefulness. Because I just can't think of anything that's more resourceful, especially than a black woman. And so with that, we're going to end part 1, and we're going to come back with a couple more pointers and stuff on part 2. Y'all just tune in. But before we tune off, I just want to give a big shout out to Magic Johnson, putting up $100 million for the black funding of small businesses. I just thought that was big, because a lot of people don't know, but a lot of black small businesses got just left out in the last stimulus and everything else, and it's been a tragedy just seeing all of the underfunded African American businesses that's just not gonna really open. Don't have enough money to come back. The staff. It just, a lot of things that are not done right in the African American community, as far as records, bookkeeping, and a lot of stuff that you need to have on file to actually be able to access these government programs like the PPP or the stimulus loan. A lot of that, just a lot of African Americans won't get it, for the simple fact they don't got their taxes straight. Let's just keep it 100. We don't know, good accountants that's gonna keep all of our papers up, and we ain't filing taxes year after year, And so I just hate that it's like that. I see a lot of money that, we could be getting to the black businesses that's desperately needed. But we didn't a lot of us and talked ourselves out of applying for the PPE loans, and really just understanding what all of these things mean, and how to access them and utilize them. So I just think that was a big shout out to Magic Johnson. for putting $100 million up like that and just helping out the black community, man. I just think more of us really need to focus on that and give back. You know, I try as much as I can to deal with black entrepreneurs, and I don't single anybody out because I deal with Caucasian businesses, you know, the majority anyway. But I do, when I get the off chance to deal with a black-owned business, I take opportunity to do that as much as I can because I know the support is so much needed. Like I say, I just want to give a little shout out to that because that was a big move, I think, for just somebody of that stature to put $100 million up to just help the community out, because you just don't really see a lot of people giving back in a significant way like that. So I just wanted to do that. You know, I just wanted to shout out all the strong black women supporting me. Really just all the females supporting me because I got a lot of ladies. I appreciate the ladies, I really do. But I appreciate my wife even more. She's my biggest supporter. You know, she looks at every one of my videos and always gives me comments. So I know if I'm not looking at the camera, then she gonna call me and let me know after I upload it. So I just appreciate everybody just supporting this and just staying tuning in. I know we're getting ready to have a busy week, so some of our videos might slow up, but we still gonna be shooting. We're gonna do a whole lot more because, like I say, we moving, and then I can't wait to get the studio put up, y'all. It's gonna be so unreal. Excuse me. So
Coronavirus.
Right. So when we get the studio put up, we gonna set a system up where we can do call in and everything else. So we're gonna do a lot of new and different things.
Like a little radio station.
Yeah, kind of almost, right? I be seeing people do it. I want to do it, you know. So I'm definitely getting the computer. I got the computer system coming. We're gonna get some mics. We're gonna get the whole setup going. You know, I'm shopping around to get some good prices on a lot of the equipment and everything. It's just gonna be a new experience, and we're just gonna try to take the channel to another level. I was telling a guy today we was trying to just hit some marks. We have 5,000 subscribers. You know, we really want to try to, you know, boost it up and get, you know, the 10 to 20 to 30. You know, and I just know it's gonna take a lot of more content, a lot more work. But you know, that's okay because we ready to put in the work. We ready to just interact and just come with the best content that we can and just keep growing with it. You know, you never know where something like this will go. So I just appreciate everybody rocking with us. I just appreciate all the support, you know, and just till next time, you know, just like, subscribe, and just keep rocking with us, you know. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, that's it. That's the end of the video today, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and tell us what you want to do on the next video. Until then,